Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pilates in the Park. I'm Leah. So we're here on a semi-cloudy day. It's a little brisk, but I'm out here anyway. We're going to be practicing some Pilates mat today, as we have been doing. So we're going to be going over the first 14 exercises out of 34 in the Pilates mat routine. All you need is a mat and whatever space you're working in right now. Could be outdoors, in your room, in a living room. The space of your mat is just fine. So let's get started. Hello, Function Golf. How you doing today? So if you guys are following me on Instagram already, my name is Leah and I'm a Pilates and fitness coach based in Long Island, New York. I specialize in helping people stabilize their core to prevent or manage back pain in particular. My journey was that I used Pilates to come out of back pain after years of looking for a cure. I couldn't find anything and I was just popping ibuprofen, spending tons of money on chiropractic care, massage therapy, and PT. So I found Pilates, and Pilates has done the best for my body. Out of everything I've tried, my back pain is at a bare minimum now. I'm able to sleep at night. I don't have to carry my Theracane everywhere, and I don't have to take ibuprofen constantly. So that's why I'm passionate about bringing Pilates in particular to you guys. All right, so let's go down to the mat. Make sure I got a good angle. So you see I've got my book here. I'm working out of this book. This is a great reference. It's called The Pilates Body by Brooke Seiler. And it has a full chart in the beginning of all 34 exercises. I highly recommend this book because it's very simple to learn mat Pilates, and she gives great cues. Okay, so get down on your mat. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? Function Golf, can you hear me? I want to make sure that this new microphone is working. If you guys could just let me know if you're watching. If you can't hear me, say something, okay? All right, here we go. We're down on the mat. Sun's coming out. We're going to start off with breathing into our lateral and posterior ribs, okay? Let's actually sit here first. Put your hands on the outsides of your rib cage. I've got my thumb facing the back and the rest of my fingers facing the front. Okay, square yourself off with your sit bones into the mat. And you're going to try to inflate your lateral, so side ribs, so your hands will kind of expand, okay? Keep your front of your chest relaxed. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, grow taller through your sit bones. Inhale, expand through the side. And exhale, grow taller. Inhale through the side. And exhale, grow taller. One more time. Inhale to the side. And exhale, grow taller. Good. From here, we're going to go to the mat. Okay, let's just relax our body for a second here. If you feel any tension, I want you to go to your breathing and do some small movements to relax your body. For me, I might feel some tightness in my lower back right now, so I'm going to just focus on anchoring my sacrum, my tailbone, to the floor as I tick-tock my knees gently left to right. So let's all try doing this here. Okay, so you're going to relax your sacrum heavy on the floor. So that very bottom bone of your spine, imagine it laying flat on the floor, and your hips are just rocking around it to the right, to the left, to the right, and to the left. Good, and center in the middle. Now we're going to start to breathe into the side ribs, and as we exhale, we're going to find an inch to the right and to the left of your belly button. This area on the exhale is going to depress and sink down into the floor. So we're inhaling, expand through the sides of the ribs, keep the breastbone calm, don't allow too much elevation. As you exhale, sink down and elongate the pelvis away from the rib cage. So you're taking the pelvis and the rib cage and you're lengthening them away while the deep core muscles contract to form a nice long lean midsection. Okay, here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more, and I want you to hold that contraction in the deep core on the next one. Inhale and exhale. Good. From here, we're going to lift one leg at a time into tabletop to prepare for our 100. You can stay here in tabletop, or you can extend your legs. If you're very advanced and strong, you can lower your legs to about 45 degrees. So today I'm going to stay here. Maybe I'll go a little lower. Okay, so you're breathing into the back, into your chest. To pump. So this is we feet in the back and beginning to deepen through and control our breathing. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale we'll stay here and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Bring your knees to the chest. Head down, legs out. Okay, now it's time for the roll up. So the roll up is basically an articulated sit up and reach up and over towards the toes. Okay, let's get into our powerhouse. Take a second. Inhale through the back and sides of the ribs. And exhale through your powerhouse. Reach the heels long. Squeeze the upper inner thighs together. That will put you into external rotation at the hip joints and a little bit. All right, so we're going to come up. We're going to reach, pull through the back sides, come up to a tall seated position. Now we go up and over as if we're going over a beach ball. Okay, so there's the beach ball right here. We're going to go up and over the beach ball. And as if a beam of light is shooting out of the top of my head. Now I'm going to step tall seated position. I'm maintaining that length in my lower back. I'm not popping my ribs. Front ribs are attached to back. Now inhale here, inflate the back and sides of the rib cage. And we're going to begin to articulate our spine down. Pelvis goes back first, heels shoot forward, toes flex back. Go as slow. And always use control. That's one of the 6 principles of Pilates. Stay here, reach the arms overhead, keep the ribs, front ribs pinned to the back ribs. Begin to reach the hands forward. Take an exhale. Deepen into the powerhouse, shoot the heels forward, chin to chin. Front rib cage. Come on up. Sit tall. And inhale. Inflate the side and back of the ribs. Get in your powerhouse. Exhale. We go up and over the ball. Inhale yourself, stack back up. So stacking means we have the head on top of the shoulders, on top of the rib cage, on top of the pelvis in a seated position. Okay, moving on. We're going to do the rollover. So this one is the legs over the head. I don't recommend doing this if you have any neck, shoulder, or lower back problems. You can skip this, and I'll give you an alternative. Okay, so if you have neck or back problem, okay, all you're going to do is you just crisscross your legs and you just focus on lifting your pelvis. Almost like your pelvis is water and you're trying to dump the water into a bucket that's laying right on your solar plexus. So dump the water into the solar plexus if you have water between your knees. Okay. We're going to begin. And of course, you always want to check to make sure you have your body in the right alignment. So you start with breathing in through the side and back of your rib cage. Lengthen through the sacrum. Shoot the heels to the wall across the room. Flex the toes. Point the toes. Sink through the powerhouse on the exhale. Okay, once we've got this, you're going to securely pin the backs of your arms into the ground. Okay, this is going to be our stability tool. All right. So we're going to start with the legs at 45. I find that's the safest position here. Now, reach your fingers actively forward as if you're reaching to the wall across the room. Exhale. Lift the weight up and over. So, your back and the back. Your weight should be in between the shoulder blades. I maintain this length here. Now, myself back down. Where we have pin them into the ground. Bring yourself back down to the floor. Very good. Okay, the slower you go, the harder it is. That was slow, so that was pretty hard for me. So let's do that again. So pin the arms actively into the floor. Breathe into the back and sides of your ribs. Lengthen through that midsection by pulling the rib cage and pelvis in opposite directions, anchoring through the sacrum, getting into that deep powerhouse. Lift the legs. Let's start at 90 degrees. Shoulder width and forward. Come back to 90 and close the legs. Legs go up closed. Reach. Up. Back to 90, close the legs one more time. Open those toes behind you and close. Now falling over, and 3 with the legs closed, coming back. Open, reach, close, hands active, close, and back. Good. Now, circle. Okay, one leg up, other leg out. If you need to, take all the time you need to get into your powerhouse and make sure your body's aligned before you do any of these movements. That's rule number 1. Remember the 6 principles: breathing, focus, control, centering, precision, and control. Okay? All of those things make Pilates what it is. So let's take that right leg first. Well, first let's get into our powerhouse. All right. Inhale through the side and back of the rib cage. Lengthen through that midsection. Pull down through the right and left of your belly button. Anchor through the tailbone. Lift that right leg. You can keep your knee bent a little if you need to. And we're going to make circles, okay? So we only want to go as big as we can control. Again, this is always about control. You're stabilizing the core against the movement of the femur, the thigh bone. So it's like, imagine your hip socket is a bowl of cereal and your femur, your leg, is a spoon. You're just stirring spoon in the bowl of cereal. Switch legs. All right, still in that powerhouse, right? Front ribs still pinned to the back ribs, long through the torso, active through the leg, coming around through across the middle first. We're going to do 3 to 5 in each direction. And go the other way, same rep number, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back down. Now we have rolling like a ball, so let's bend our knees, sit up. This one, the rule is don't go back too far. And make sure you have an appropriately cushioned mat or a carpet. You don't want to do this on a hard floor because it could hurt your spine. Okay, so for this one, we're going to get in our C curve. I find the best way to do that when in this position is to hollow out your elbows, because that affects the position of your rib cage so that you can maintain that powerhouse shape in the torso, right? So, hollow out your elbows. Imagine you have balloons under your elbows and they're just kind of floating until you can see the hollows of your armpits. Okay? Pin your front ribs to your back. Good. All right, so now here we are. Lean back. Nothing in Pilates is short and clap. Space. Rock back. I don't go back. Only go back to my shoulder blades and try to wobble through your pelvis. The goal here is to use the deep core muscles to maintain the stability of the pelvis while you do that. Okay? And then from here we're going straight into the series of 5, the ab series, everyone's favorite. Okay? Stretch. So you're in your pull. Put one time. Okay, we're going to pull and switch. Pull and switch. We're going to do 20. I'm calling 30. Maintain a lot of stillness in the torso as much as you can. 19, 20, good.
So we're going to go rolling like a ball, except we're not up. Okay, so everything together. And we're going to go up. You're going to have your nose towards your knees. Up. A little further. And one more. Go. Good stretch. I'm going to do 20 of these. 3, 4. It's 2 little pulls. 5. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Good. Good. Now we have crisscross. Keep your That is hard. Okay, take a breather here. That one you'll feel. If you're a person who wants to feel the burn, just do all these exercises without stopping and you will get what you came for. Okay. So now, you notice in Pilates we don't do a lot. We do between 3 to 5 of most exercises, could be 3 to 5 sets, right? So that's why on 2 of those exercises I did 20 single reps, right? Because I was doing sets of 2. All right, now we have the new exercises. So we've got spine stretch forward, open leg rocker, which is a fun one, corkscrew, the saw. And we can take a look at swan dive today. That's number 15. Spine stretch is number 11. Spine stretch is just that. It's a stretch for your spine. It's like a break after all the work you just did. All right, so sit up tall. Ground through your sit bones. Find your center. Pay attention to your body, right? If you have to close your eyes and just center yourself and try to feel what your body is experiencing. Well, a lot of the times we ignore it, right? So sit up tall as you can. And if you can't sit up tall, what I would recommend is you sit on something. So if you find yourself here, right, because you've got tight hips or a tight back and your pelvis can't be upright in the seated position, just sit on something. You can sit on like a cushion, or you can even do this sitting on the couch and try to go spine stretch forward. Or you could crisscross your legs, and that might make it easier for you to sit with your pelvis upright. Okay, but I'm just going to do it the regular way. So, feet are hip width apart. Okay, grounding through the sit bones. Let's take a breath through the side and back of the rib cage so you get the ribs positioned correctly, okay? Here we go. Inflate the side and back. Keep the front relaxed. Okay, I've got that now. I've got my elbows kind of hollowed out. And I'm going to work on the powerhouse. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to feel this space between the back of my rib cage, top of my pelvis, lengthening. Okay, good. So I feel like I've got a good position here. So now I'm going to have my hands forward. I'm going to sit tall. Everything is stacked. And I'm going to imagine that beach ball right here again. And I'm going to stretch up and over the beach ball. Okay, so here you go. I'm going to go up and over. I'm going to stack myself back up. This is why it's called a spine stretch, because you're actively using the stabilizer muscles around your spine to create a stable stretch, not a passive stretch. Okay, when you put your entire mind and muscle force behind the stretch, making it more conscious, it becomes a higher quality of stretch. Okay, so here we go. I'm fully in command of the stabilizer muscles, and I'm creating the length while I'm creating strength. Okay, here we go. So reach forward, stay wide, stretch your back, principle of stack back up without popping the rib cage. Good. 3 to 5 times is all you need for that. Next one, open leg rocker. This one's a lot of fun. This is a little difficult though. Okay, challenge here again is not to go too far back. It's harder to control on this exercise because your legs are extended and open. So you can watch me first and see if you want to attempt it. Don't recommend it if you have neck problems. Okay. So we're just in the spine stretch forward, correct? So now we're going to lean back, stay tall, lift one leg, then the other, and roll back. Back up, tall, roll back. Two more. Back. Oh, good, okay. There, we go to the corkscrew. The corkscrew is a lot of obliques and lower abdominal muscles controlling the movement. It's really your entire core, 360-degree control of the core doing this one, because you're using your core muscles to support the entire weight of both of your legs in the air, around, in each direction. That's what we're doing, okay? So you're basically going to lift your hips up and draw a circle to the right, then do it to the left, okay? And we're just going to we'll do 4 of these, okay? So again, body connection. You need to center yourself. You need to get in control. Return to the breath first if you feel like you've lost your control. Okay, so relax the front of your chest. Expand with your breath into the side and back of the rib cage. Reach your hands forward. We're using our hands as our stabilizer tools again right now on this one. Okay, long through the sacrum. Actively engaging through those hips, pulling back through the powerhouse. All right, here we go. I feel ready now. So I'm going to lift my legs up to 90 degrees. And I'm going to rock up, turn to the right, and come back to center. Rock up, turn to the left, and come back to center. It's a challenge to try to get your butt back on the mat in the same place. Rock up, turn to the right, rock up, turn to the left. You got to really use your arms. Rock up, turn to the right, rock up, turn to the left, and back to center. You can also just do circles. So I was doing it like you would do on the reformer, where you would lift your hips up high, turn, and come back, lift, turn, and come back. But you could also just kind of create flat circles and work on the stability, more of the stability factor than the strength factor. So I show you. So get into your arms, get into your powerhouse, rib cage wide, sink it down. So you could stay here. What I was doing was going up, around, up, and around. But if you want, you can just go like this. That's probably better, actually, for a lot of people. And staying flat and long and pulling back through that 1 inch to the right and left of your belly button. Okay, that's with every exercise, that's what we have to do first. We have to find the powerhouse. That is the cornerstone concept throughout all of Pilates, working from the center of the body out. Okay, the saw. Okay, the saw is harder than it looks to do right, as in everything in Pilates. So the saw is basically an oblique exercise, but many people, when they do obliques, they tend to collapse into the side of the rib cage, right? So we tend to shorten when we do obliques. Obliques function side bending and rotation. Okay, you got the internal and external obliques. So with this one, we're working both we're working some of the abdominals, but we're working on the rotational aspects of the obliques. I'm going to show you from the front. Okay, so you're sitting up tall. Your feet are at the corners of your mat. Okay, shoot through your heels. Find your sit bones. Try to sit with a level pelvis. Try not to collapse back. It's going to take practice, and don't get discouraged if you can't do it. Just elevate your hips and you'll be fine, okay? So, hollow out those armpits. Okay, imagine the balloons lifting your armpits. Okay? Front ribs pinned to the back. Pull back. Left to right to the belly button. All right, good, got it. Okay, so saw. This is very important that you be in the right position for saw. Okay, because of the twisting. All right, so don't do this if you have back issues. Okay, I'll show you a different way to do it. So you're going to, let's float our arms to the side, maintaining the tallness. This is hard in and of itself, so we're going to rotate as much as we can. We're corkscrewing up, we're not collapsing, and then reach your left pinky to the outside of your right pinky toe, and come back to center. So now we go to the other side. Yeah. Reach long, and then right pinky to the left pinky toe. Stack your body back up and corkscrew back to center. So I'll show you that from the side. Again, a deceptively challenging movement. Okay. So, sitting up tall, feet pretty much hip width. Okay. Check yourself first to make sure that everything's aligned properly and you're not, doing an exercise on top of a bad form. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go float my arms. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the right. Maintain the tallness. This is hard AF, just to do this. Okay, and then up and over. Reach your left pinky to your right toe. Maintain tallness. Corkscrew back. You can inhale here, pause, and then exhale on the corkscrew. Okay? Very hard. Now, if you're unable to do that, or you're unsure of it, or you're working on it, because we're all works in progress, I want you to you could do like genie arms right here, right? And then just try to corkscrew around without collapsing your pelvis. So your goal is to stay tall, stay connected. Don't just do this, right? You got to stay connected and actually feel your obliques doing the movement. Okay, so everything head to toe. You've got to connect into it. All right, and that was all the ones that the new ones we've been doing. So next time we're going to do the full sequence up to the saw again, and I might end with a glute series or something like that. But for now, keep practicing. I suggest that you do these exercises every day. There's plenty of materials available online. I'm doing the classical mat Pilates repertoire. So the exercises that Joseph Pilates came up with. There's a lot of other mat work out there, which is totally cool too. You can use props, you can use yoga blocks, balls, you can use basically anything you get your hands on. That's what I love about Pilates, is that you don't need very specialized equipment to get a good workout. You just need a willingness to give it your all and follow the 6 principles as best as you can. It's really a learning person's workout. It's like very cerebral in a way to do Pilates, because it really is teaching you how to take your mind and put it in your body, and to actually I call it taking back control. That was my main problem as a person who suffered chronic back pain, was that I didn't actually have great control of my body. So I had so many misalignments. I was working out, I was doing a whole variety of workouts, and anything that was high intensity, hit classes where it's a lot of jumping, sprinting, running, heavy weights, all those things, they started to really cause me a lot of issues. So I had to take it back to the drawing board, and I found that Pilates really was almost like a remedial class in education, in movement, because it's not confusing. It's very simple. It's teaching you how to stabilize your center so you can move your limbs optimally. And we're doing it in all different, we're basically practicing for everyday movement. So every time you set up one of these mat exercises, I always tell you, take your time to find your powerhouse. To run through all of the checklist of things you have to do, right? You have to start with bring your awareness to your breathing, bring your breath to the side and back of your ribcage, not the front. And then you make sure you have a nice relaxed lower back, a tailbone that's anchored to the ground. You pull down and in, lengthen the ribcage away from the pelvis, right? We're always working on lengthening, keeping the length in the spine, right? And then from there, when you have that rock solid center, free to do whatever you want with your arms and legs. You can go curl 40-pound dumbbells. It'll make you stronger no matter what you do, what you love to do. If you're an athletic person, tennis player, equestrian, if you love to play pickleball. I have clients who play pickleball, and this has really helped them with their pickleball game, because they're so much more strong and in control of their center, and it just kind of leads to more control in your limbs, in your entire body. So it'll help you with everything. This is a very basic class. That's why I wanted to have this one be open to everyone, because this is great if you're a beginner or an advanced person, whether you have experience or not. This is a great way to get into Pilates, and I'm just going to keep sharing this one on Sunday at 9:30. I decided to broadcast everyone live through Instagram Live. Okay, so this way, if you can't come and join me here at the park in Syosset, at Syosset Woodbury Park, then you can just, hop on. You don't have to do it with me. You can just watch, and it'll be there. And you can go back and look at it. All right, guys, so I had a wonderful time today. The sun came out, and it's nice and warm. It was kind of chilly at the beginning, but it's beautiful now. So I hope everyone enjoys their Sunday, and keep watching on Instagram. I'm really, I'm really pushing everything out there. I want to share the magic of Pilates with everybody. So any questions, comments, send them to me privately or on the feed. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for everyone that attended, okay? See you soon.